But in the meantime, in addition to that hearing regarding Toyota safety, another big moment happening in Washington, D.C. is tomorrow, and that is the summit, the healthcare summit hosted by the president. It is supposed to be a bipartisan effort to get something done about healthcare. Congressman Joe Barton, a Republican of Texas, he's also the ranking member of the Energy and Commerce Committee that held the Toyota hearings yesterday, will be at the meeting. Very busy, and we like to see our members of Congress serve very busy, and you're certainly falling in that category. First, let me get you to talk about this Toyota hearing. As you were there yesterday with a testimony from the woman from Tennessee who discussed calling her husband as her car was speeding 100 miles an hour out of control just to hear his voice because she thought she was going to die.
Well, her problem was not a floor mat problem or a sticky pedal problem. Her problem appears to have been an electronic malfunction of her ignition system, her fuel system. And my question was, why didn't Toyota get that car? It wasn't damaged, and really thoroughly try to find out what caused that problem, which to this day they apparently are still not trying to do.
Do you think we will see real solutions out of this hearing? We're going to hear from Akio Toyoda sometime today in his testimony.
Well, I don't think the American public is anti-Japanese or anti-Toyota, but the American public is pro-safety. And if Toyota will come out and just unequivocally state they're going to work with the Transportation Department and their dealers to find these problems and fix them, I think everything will work. If they continue to dodge the problem and come up with solutions that really don't work, I think the public will stay away from their products.
That's interesting. I want to transition to this health summit tomorrow. You will be there. And I read a quote that said you wanted the president to bring with him a blank piece of paper.
Well, it's getting a little bit late in the year to totally start over, but Republican Leader Boehner and Senate Leader McConnell both are more than willing to encourage the rank-and-file Republicans like myself to work with Democrats and the President if we'll start with a clean sheet of paper and listen to the American people.
But, sir, is that true when you've got Congressman Boehner saying, quote, show up and crash the party tomorrow? Well, listen, someone crashed my party. I don't think they're there to work with me. I
don't think we can't be party crashers when we're invited by the president to participate. We are going to take our ideas and our proposals for lower cost and more competition, more transparency, and we're also going to point out what we think the American people have pointed out to us are the flaws in the president's proposal.
Now let's go to the president's proposal. It was unveiled on Monday. We know that 31 million people will be covered. The estimated cost, $946 billion. Individuals must buy insurance, pre-existing conditions protected there. What do you like? Let me start with that. What do you like about the president's proposal?
Well, I guess the one thing that I think most Republicans would like is that he's willing to admit that maybe we could do medical malpractice reform.
Which is a big deal. The Republicans have been pushing for this.
Yeah, his idea is a pilot program. Our idea is real reform, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. He's got a lot of taxes, which we don't like. There's so much that his is just kind of a half and half. The worst of, as the Wall Street Journal says, the worst of both the House and the Senate bills.
But what do you like? You like nothing?
No, we think you ought to cover pre-existing conditions, but we do it through a market mechanism where people go to their insurance companies, and then the insurance companies offset the risk through these high-risk pools, but everybody would get covered. It wouldn't cost an arm and a leg like the president's proposal, but people would get coverage.
Do you think any real compromise will come out of this? Because it certainly seems that minds have been made up before going in here. Let's be honest.
It's always possible. Hope springs eternal. A Republican won the Senate seat in Massachusetts, so anything's possible this year.
But that Republican voted against a GOP filibuster for the jobs bill, and he was one of, I believe, 17 Republicans who voted against the party and supported the jobs bill. So he is certainly operating more like an independent.
Well, if the president and his Democratic counterparts in the House and Senate will put proposals on the table that are good for the American people, we'll be willing to be positive about those proposals.
Well, sir, we can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. Greatly appreciate it. Always love talking to somebody from my great state. Thank you.
I've been in Luling, Texas, so I'm
my hometown.